Hey, welcome back to the Backyard Professor Chess videos. Let us do another Bobby Fischer game. This is a really good game. He played with a man who became a very strong chess master. In fact, let me read the description in Muller, if I can look over my barbecue sauce that I spilled. Oh, I hate it when I spill food on my books while I'm studying. Anthony Santaciere was a strong master who had participated in a number of international events and had also won the 1945 U.S. Open. He had played board 10 in the 1945 USA-USSR match, losing twice to David Bronstein. In other words, this guy is a mere beginner for a very young Bobby Fischer to wipe out. He is playing really powerful opponents here. This is amazing. This is part of the attraction of Fischer, isn't it? I mean, how did that kid do it? I can't even beat 1,300 rated players yet. Heck, I'm not even a 1,300 rated player yet. No wonder I can't beat him. G3, knight C6. Fischer goes to D4, that center pawn push, absolutely every time. Bishop G4, that's a typical maneuver. Bishop G2, he's going to fianchetto, of course. Queen D7, connecting with the bishop, good move. Castle. Let us castle, Bobby. And now G6, and they said it's interesting, but the main line is to castle queenside here. But Santaciere is probably trying to throw Fischer. Yeah, give him something different, make him think a little harder, you know, because by now the word is out. Don't take this kid for granted. He is really good, and so Santaciere is apparently, I'm thinking, it's just my speculation, but he's not going to do things by the book for Fischer. C4 and then Bishop G7 here. He will also fianchetto. C takes the pawn in the center. And bishop takes F3 at this point. Notice how the dynamic in the center changes when you take one of these knights. Yeah, this pawn and this pawn is supported here. Now, granted, it's got the queen support. He's got double pawns in the center. That probably won't last. But look at the difference the influence in the center has when the bishop is here instead of the knight. Now only this pawn is touched. This pawn now has a little bit of pressure. I mean, it's not a crisis. I'm just pointing out the way the dynamic shifts as pieces are exchanged. And in fact, knight took the d4 pawn. Yes, because now he's hitting the bishop. Of course, that's not a crisis because Fischer simply puts it back. Right? That is a good guardian of the bishop, having that long diagonal. You don't want to trade it off for a knight. No, not right now. No. And now, E5. Here we come. And Fischer takes it en passant. Nice little pawn fork. And the knight will take it. So things are going good. It's a wide open field. Yeah. Really interesting how wide open it is. It's so wide open, Bobby's bishop wants to stretch his legs and go on a hot rod cruise and take that pawn. However, at this point, Muller points out that queen takes d7 check, king take the queen, and then rook to d1 check, and king go back to c8 over here. And knight a3 would have been given bishop pair and the advantage to white had he swapped queens here. So that's interesting. He did that move, and that's okay, but he had a better option that would have given him stronger advantages in this game. And now, of course, rook b8. You're not going to lose your rook. And then the bishop back to g2. So Bobby's thinking endgame insurance, perhaps, taking that pawn, goofing up this pawn side as opposed to this pawn side where the pawns are together. Yeah, creating 2 pawn islands instead of having one solid group. Now the queen takes d1. Now, Sansere, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Anyway, Bobby's opponent takes the queen and the rook takes, and now the bishop takes b2. He figures, hey, let's do this. Let's take those pawns, right? And bishop takes b2. Bobby said, okay, I'll do this. And the rook takes b2. And Bobby puts his knight to c3, connecting his rooks and trying to maintain center. And knight comes to e7. Notice that he never castled yet. Not yet. Don't know if rook or if Bobby can do anything about it at this point. They're trading down, and this is something else Muller said is in the last 3 or 4 or 5 moves, they traded down a lot of the advantage that Bobby could have had in the game. He doesn't have the bishop pair anymore. And so, and being a wide open board, that kind of took away the advantage. Not a big crisis, but nonetheless. And his opponent comes back to here, and Bobby goes knight b5. Now he'll castle. Bring the rook out, absolutely. Then knight takes a7. Rook f to b8. Ooh, double the rooks on the file. And they'll exchange rooks. Bobby takes that rook. This rook takes Bobby's rook. It was at here that a draw was agreed. Muller notes, however, that the later Bobby Fischer realistically would have played on. In this particular position, what Bobby would have done is he would have bumped to e, and then rook a6, and then rook d7, and rook takes a7, rook takes e7, rook takes a2, and bishop to d5. And Muller's comment here on this position, as opposed to where they drew, is now black would be very lucky to get a draw. Had Fischer played on, white has all the pawns on that side. He's got the pawn majority, but he's also got the exchange up. It'll be an uphill battle, but that could have been... The later Fischer would have probably turned this into a win, and that was Muller's idea. So we're getting through, we're beginning to see that Bobby can hold his own. I mean, look, he's up in exchange. Of course, and this was Muller's variation. But a very, very young Bobby Fischer is keeping tabs with the top masters already. To draw a top master is impressive at this point. 1956, he's just a kid. I'm not trying to offend any of you kids. I'm really not, but this helps us keep the context of that would have thrilled me to death if I could have drawn that kind of a powerhouse master who had played in various different championships and won the U.S. Open Championship. That is really cool. So we are beginning to get to the point where Bobby has had enough study and he's gaining experience to where his games are getting more powerful. So I'm getting more and more excited the further I get into Fischer's tournament games. I've got some fantastic videos to show you. So there's another Bobby Fischer game for us. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'm going to try to video more live chess games so that you guys who are so much better than I am at tactics and rating and all that can ridicule me and show me what I'm missing, because there's only one way I'm going to improve, and that is to see my mistakes. Live chess, you can't sit there and think for 10 minutes. The game is over. You got to be quick. So it'll train me to sharpen the speed of my eyes. So, and I like rapid anyway. Rapid chess is fun. So, thank you, Boris Spassky, for playing me. I am not attempting at all to cause you any problems. You were just there online, and I hurried and clicked on your name and asked you, do you want to play a quick rapid game? And you said yes, thank you very much. So I am going to look for more of my club member friends, or I will just do... I tried to do it just live out there in Leech's Land this morning. I was going to do that video an hour ago, and nobody responded. Everybody was involved in games. I mean, it is the weekend, so it might be a little tough for me to get some more live video, live chess games. So anyway, but I'm going to attempt to, and I'll start videoing more of them too. They're a lot of fun. All right, you guys, thanks. Be good, do well, have fun. Stay happy, and you know the best way to stay happy is smile at others and mean it. All right, see you later.